Hey there, it's Colleen again. I am coming at you for a weekly, just short video to share some of our tips and experience and just my kind of thoughts and mindset about the idea of making change, creating change in your life, in your child's life, perhaps your special needs child, and how hope is so important to that process, but also how acceptance is really important. And a lot of times people have this idea that if they want something to change, if they want to have some things in their life be different, how can they accept what is, right? Because if I want it to be different, how do I accept it as it is right now? And this was so important for our situation with our son Gavin and his autism journey. And it is my journey as much as his. And thanks you guys so much for hopping on. Lisa and Samantha and Jennifer, thanks you guys for listening in. And if you're watching later, always please feel free to share this video if it would touch somebody that you know. And last time I did a video like this last week, so many people shared it and came back to me with questions or comments later. And that is so fulfilling to me to know that it was helpful to you in some way. So if it would be helpful, please share it. Please listen. Please comment or below or ask questions any time. So the idea of hope and acceptance. And my husband and I have had many conversations about this. I've talked about it with other people. And there's a lot of times this struggle with, how do I make things different? How do I say I want things to be different and work towards that? And also be okay with what is right now. It's also valid in my help with other people wanting to lose weight or live healthier lives and everything. And them like almost feeling like they have to hate themselves as they are now in order to make change. Well, I definitely can tell you for me, if I'm hating myself and being so mean to myself, I'm really not very open to looking at what I need to do differently, what I want to do differently to make changes with it. It's like a door goes up. If you're being that mean to yourself and you're hating what is right now, you can't just objectively look at and start to make changes with what you want to be different. Hey, Amber. Hey, Jody. Thanks for getting on. So in how this relates to our situation with our son is we had to sort of make friends with autism. We had to really learn and decide that we were going to embrace it for the opportunity that it was in our life to learn new things about ourselves, to meet a whole community of new people that we never would have come into contact with, and to see the world and see life in a new and different way. And I comment and talk about those ideas, about the gift that autism has been. And some of you may be cringing and hating that I'm saying that right now because it is a struggle and it's maybe been a big struggle in your life. But if I had not made friends and embraced what autism's role was in my life, I would be a miserable mess on the floor. And I would not have been able to move forward with what I needed to for myself personally, as a mom, as a woman, as a wife, and as I needed to be an advocate and a help and an inspiration for Gavin. So I had to make friends with what is in that moment, but always keeping that hope for what I wanted to create in mind. So this relates to children with special needs, children in for whatever issue that's going on in your life. Hey, thanks so much. But also anything in your life that you want to make changes with. It's so much, even if it's, current job, you're hating your current job and you really want to create something new in your life. If you're spending so much energy on hating what is, you're not focusing that energy on what you want to create and what you want to move towards. So a lot of times we have to really get in that mindset of making peace with what is right now. That doesn't mean resolving that it always will be that way. I have accepted Gavin's autism as it was 8 years ago, but that never meant that I was resolved, that it was always going to be that way for the next 8 years, 10 years, and his entire life. I've accepted that right now I haven't been able to grow my business as much or as quickly as I'd like. But that's because I have also accepted that I want to be the mom that I want to be right now and balance the two. And so I'm working to do both. But I have huge dreams of creating my business as I go on into something I can't even imagine right now. I've never resolved that it's always going to be just as it is. And it's pretty awesome right now. But I still have hopes and belief and am creating it towards what I want it to be in the future too. So I really want to just mention to you, because after I took Gavin on a field trip yesterday, it was unreal leaving him back at school and driving away and knowing I'd come back in an hour and a half to pick them up from school, which I have to go run and do really shortly now. And thinking he just tolerated a whole day long at a hockey rink in a huge hockey game, whistles blowing, horns blowing, screechy. It was mostly kids at the game, so girls' voices screeching the loudest decibel you can imagine. And he was fully engaged and loving the game and banging on the glass with his friends and cheering away. And you know what? I thought about this too. He sat down in a corner in the front because it was the front row, and there were all the girls around him. And the boys were at another end. And I said, "How about you, Gavin? Do you want to move over with the boys?" And he said, "Nope, I'm good right here." Some parents would have thought, oh, he was left out from his friends. He wasn't exactly with the boys. He was, there. Is he going to be okay? It didn't matter. He was having the time of his life and enjoying the whole thing. It was fine. I could have focused on so many other things, but I chose to focus on how amazing it was that he was there, enjoying the whole game, loving it, tolerating everything, taking care of himself when he needed to, plugging his ears like half the arena probably was. I sure was at times, and really just getting the most out of it. It was amazing to see. Flexible, time to go, rode home with another parent, see ya, Mom, and see ya after school an hour and a half later, not like, no, I need to go home now, I'm overloaded. It was truly, truly remarkable. And I really reflected and thought after that, like, how did we get here? And I had to bring it back. It came back to me deciding on hope so many years ago and accepting what was then, but never that it would always be that way. Accepting what was so that I could help move forward to whatever else we wanted and could create in the future. And taking care of me. And that was another big part. So much a big part of it is that I had to take care of my own mindset and I had to take care of my own personal wellness. And I know so many parents of kids on the spectrum are just overloaded and so overly exhausted. And while I so feel for you and understand, take care of you. Take that moment for you. Take that 30 minutes to do what it is that is going to help you. Maybe it's getting a workout in. Maybe it's chatting with a friend. Maybe it's setting up a phone call with me to vent a bit. Maybe it's going out for a walk. Take care of yourself so you can be the best for your kids, for the people that you love, for the things that you want to create and change in your life. I cannot stress it enough. It just weighs on my heart so much, and it's why I'm so passionate about helping people to do that for them. Whether you do it with me and through a Beachbody program or a workout, I don't care. But if I can be a resource to you, please let me. If you have something else, please do that. But know that you need to take care of yourselves so that you can be the best for the people that you love. Bottom line, it's my message day in and day out. And I really hope that you'll think about the idea of hope for your future and what you want to create and acceptance of what is right now. They need to go together so that you can move on. I've got to run and get my kids from school. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope the weekly videos that I'm doing are helpful. If there's anything that I can share about, please let me know. Thanks.